What is going on, guys? It is Nix and welcome back to another devlog. Now today is going to be a small devlog for starters and will be the only content I guess you guys will get for at least the next week. I know there was one previous to this one that's pretty close in date. So we'll deal with that and we'll show you guys what is in this one. Now there has been a few things added, and the first thing here is the Class 70. So we'll go ahead and take a good look at this real quick. With that said, I know you guys were asking about where the Class 70 was, as well as a few other things. We'll get to that in a little bit. But the Class 70 was one of the ones that were a little late to the party in terms of implementation for the new splines. With that said, it is back in the game, so you guys can see that here. It is fully here, as well as a few other hitboxes. So I'll kind of walk around things, and again, full disclosure, these hitboxes will be adjusted as we move forward, depending on how things go. And this, this is a live reaction. This is the first time I'm seeing this. This is the sander bar that I just now noticed. That is way ahead of where it should be. That's not awkward. Anyway, yeah, so there's a few other things that have been adjusted. As you guys can see, I'm walking on the running board here, as well as colliding with the air compressor here for the brakes. There's also, if I can get up here, a hitbox for the roof and the boiler and some of the other stuff up top too, including the sand dome. Seems to be no sand in the sand dome, so that's a bit unfortunate. And smokestack doesn't have a collision, but you know, you guys get the point here. So again, there's a lot of things that have been changed in terms of interaction. There's a lot of new single-click interactions. We're trying them out, see how we got a feel for them. In the cab itself, though, we've got single-click interactions for the doors, the firebox. There's a highlight now again for the water gauge, so I covered that in the last video. And you guys get to listen to this. So again, reverb has been added back in the game, and that's what the Class 70 sounds like now. A few other things that have been changed. For whatever reason, the window and door here, the front door, has been synced together in terms of animation. I'm pretty sure these are going to be separated at one point, but for right now, that's how they are. And again, with the hitboxes, so this is another current issue that is going to be adjusted to moving forward, is that the player cannot get out of this front door here. Unless you, of course, just go out and around for the wall. Speaking of hitboxes, though, the hitboxes on the engines no longer block the third-person camera, so that's been adjusted. So that will no longer be a pain in the butt. Let's see if I can open up here and walk up the front here. Oh, no. Okay, so correction. I guess it was the roof that is stopping us, because the running board and the roof hitboxes are too close together. Alright, well, there you guys go. Live correction there. So that is the Class 70, and I will adjust another thing, being the wood pile. So I know there was a ton, and I mean a ton, of feedback. Trust me, guys, I have read every comment that you guys have left. We do read those, and we do take them into consideration. With that said, these are being changed. So the wood blob thing will be textured for coal to be tested for coal, and of course it will be adjusted for it. But as for anything that's going to be wood fire, you guys will have the old wood stacks that we've had already in the main branch of the game. So you guys will still have those logs that you can physically see and pick up and throw into the firebox. So you guys will have those. Handbrake, same as usual. The only other thing that's majorly changed, well, you guys can notice here that this now highlights again, so the reverser highlights. And there's a little bit more animation to that as well, as you guys can notice at the top center of the screen. Cylinder cocks, another single click animation, and I don't think I'm missing anything except for the brake. Now the air brake here has half the range it does, so if I am thinking correctly, I believe this is full brake and this is no brake at all. So you guys will have to get used to that. And again, anything that we change here is always welcome to feedback, so if you guys have any input on what we showcase here, please let us know in the comments down below. Moving forward, we'll talk about the hopper car. So I know in the last video I had mentioned or asked for everybody's feedback on what you guys would see in regards to the hopper car. and a lot of you said that you would like to see both this one, the new one, that is now implemented to the splines, and the old hopper car, which is now still currently on the main branch for the new splines as well moving forward. The unfortunate part is doing some research and more quality assurance, if you will. We found out that the old hopper car, or at least I found out and some of the other team members, is actually not accurate. So the old hopper car, and I'll go and drop one real quick here. This guy right here is not historically accurate. With that said, it is based off of something that is from history, however, it was not the right gauge, and not all the details that were supposed to be there were there. This includes the actual length of the car and its actual capacity, so this car is actually smaller than what it should be. With that said, there is an actual car that this was based off of, but it is for a later era. So we will see something similar to this with the same style and same look. However, it won't be introduced until later in the game, but it will be properly modeled and implemented for what it actually should be in terms of its capacity and weight. So that is a bit of the unfortunate news. You guys will see this style again. It's just this exact hopper will no longer exist, and the new one will replace the one that we had. For other updates, we got this guy. So this is the bobber caboose, but it's no longer red. This is a bright yellow, if you will. And I believe it's yellow. You'll have to forgive me, I'm actually colorblind. So we're gonna go with yellow. Yeah, so it's been freshly implemented into the game, so a few other things have changed. As you guys can see, there's a brake missing. There's also a brake missing on the inside, as well as single-click animations, or interactions, sorry. The interaction box, or the hitbox for activating these animations, is actually around the doorknob. It actually took me a minute to find this, but full disclosure, the hitbox is just around here. So if you guys find the doorknob and left-click, you can open and close the door. Same can be said for the oven here, but there's, again, no wood here. The wood piles will be added back in. No center brake, and that's because of how the bobber was implemented. It has its original brake over here, so you guys will at least have that, but I'm pretty sure the other two brakes will come back. In terms of other hitboxes, this should be the correct height here on the left side, and this is the correct height for the seat up here, so you guys will no longer be able to get that little extra height that we had for a little while on the other bobber caboose in the beta branch. In terms of other news, I know there was a lot of comments asking about the Cook Mogul. And this is something that I will address. The Cook Mogul is not in the current dev branch as of right now. With that said, it is coming, however, it had to go under quite a bit of quality assurance, and actually ended up getting remodeled. So right now, in its current progress, it has been fully remodeled. It hasn't been showcased yet, and last I was informed, it was being textured. So you guys will start to see that soon. I would imagine by the next devlog it should be in the game. If not, I'll try and find a reference picture to show you guys moving forward, so you guys can at least see it. But to confirm for people, the Cook Mogul is coming back, and you guys will also still have the Glenbrook and all the other fun stuff too moving forward. With that said, though, there is a number of bugs we are still trying to squash and test out. A lot of things have been adjusted and fixed. However, it may be some time still until we actually decide on when the next beta branch will be released. Obviously, we want to get the game to a point where it is stable enough and we're satisfied with the level of functionality for you guys to be able to play it. So we want to make sure things are working just right before we open it up fully to beta testing. But with that said, guys, that will wrap it up for today. Again, this is just a short devlog. This was just a small update of things that have been happening, and we'll get to more information next week. So again, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a pleasure, and until next time, please enjoy.